So I was out hunting and suddenly we saw the bear. And then I said, you know what? I'll grab it. I'll get it. And then I started running for me. And you know what I did? I ran. It was like, oh, hi everyone. Hi. Hey, welcome to Crossway Kids Online. I was just sharing a hunting story which actually didn't go so well. Actually, I don't know why I'm sharing that. Maybe we'll find out soon. Hey, but before we do, why don't you jump to your feet and let's praise God together for all that He's done for us. Let's do that now.
I'm reading my B-I-B-L-E, and this is what it says to me. It tells me that I'm never ever alone. I'm learning how Jesus came down to us and gave His best. Without a doubt, the best friend you'll ever know. Our God knows exactly what I need, so I remember this. Let's go! When you ask, He cares. When you seek, He's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. When you ask, He cares. When you seek, He's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. Oh, oh. I'm reading my B-I-B-L-E, and this is what it says to me. It tells me that I'm never ever alone. I'm learning how Jesus came down to us and gave His best. Without a doubt, the best friend you'll ever know. Our God knows exactly what I need, so I remember this. Let's go! When you ask, He cares. When you seek, He's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. When you ask, He cares. When you seek, He's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. Oh, whoa. When you ask, He cares. When you seek, He's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. When you ask, He cares. When you seek, He's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. God knows exactly what I need, so I remember this. Let's go! When you ask, He cares. When you seek, He's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. When you ask, He cares. When you seek, He's there. When you knock, 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 God opens up the door. You opened up the door. You opened up the door. Oh,
Oh, hey everyone. Andrew here for Game Time, and today we are eating lollies. No, we're not actually. I don't know if you've noticed, but this is pretty good looking, but it doesn't always come through on the camera. So I've got here with me Carly and Amy, and they are going to do a portrait of my face on the paper. But it's even harder than that, ladies, because I'm going to get you to use M&Ms, but you can't just pick up the M&Ms. You have to use a straw, suck them up, and put them in the spot on the plate. Got to make it look like this. It's got to look really good, okay? Really, really good. Notice my features.
How much time do we have to do that?
Nice nose, beautiful ears. Heaps of time. Take whatever time you need. Make it look great. Okay?
All right.
Pretty simple?
Good.
Go.
Oh, yep.
All right. And no eating. Come on, guys. You should have had, breakfast and lunch. Great. That looks great. Yeah, I think we're nearly there, actually. Amy's going with colour. She's very particular about the colour. Don't laugh, Amy. It's very hard to suck them up.
Thank you.
This could take 20 minutes. Good to see colour. Carly's doing colour as well, red. Am I sunburnt, Carly? That's interesting.
It's your lips. You've got.
Okay, fair enough. My
no
lips.
pink M&Ms.
Okay, fair enough. My lips are red today. Amy's gonna. I'm assuming Amy's doing my hair.
The eyebrows.
They're eyebrows. Wow, eyebrows.
You need more. You need
Nice.
more.
I'm judging. Remember. Wow, Carly, my lips are big. Come on, Amy.
I'm just checking.
You've seen this a lot. Blue. Blue? Oh, my eyes are blue. Okay, yeah, fair enough.
I can't see.
Oh, my eyes are greeny, but that's okay.
Okay.
Whatever. Oh, multicolored. Okay. Multicolored eyes. What are we doing, Carls? Green.
Something.
Is that a blue nose? Look
Have
like
you had a cold? I don't know.
a bruised nose. Just for the record, I don't have a cold. Yeah. I am cold. Fair enough. Yep. Yeah, still here, Amy. Great. We're going to use any of the yellow or the orange, because if not, I might start eating it. Oh, so Amy starts using it.
What
Fair
am I
enough.
doing?
My face. Just a reminder. So, guys, if you keep taking this long, you might need to start adding wrinkles. You know, I'm really starting to get old. Maybe we might start wrapping up soon because I'm getting hungry and old and actually Carly, that's actually starting to look like me. Well done. Amy, yours probably looks more like a map of the world, but that's cool. I like that. Yellow ears is very non-traditional, Carly, and
It's abstract.
they probably look more like, you know, elephant ears, but anyway, whatever. And Amy's is coming together now, I reckon. Definitely can see some continents there. Wow, Amy, what is that?
I can't pick it up.
Clearly, Amy doesn't think much of my face. Anyway, it might come together still. There's still a little bit of time left. I reckon. Great. Amy, why is my lips different colours? All right, whatever. That's okay. No, don't change it.
No, I'm not changing it.
Abstract. Looks like I'm poking my tongue out. I am. Well, that's probably actually quite accurate. Carls, I'm just saying you haven't put any hair on yet. Is that intentional?
Very intentional.
Very intentional. I think Amy's suddenly in the lead. That's fantastic. Amy's got some hair up there. Yellow hair.
5 hair.
5 hair. Well, hey, still offended, but that's 5 more than Carly. So, you know, great job. Are we nearly done?
No.
Not nearly done. Well, we are really taking some time here. Beautiful. Yep. I reckon some hair, Carls? Orange hair. I'll take any colour actually at this stage. Great. Amy, I see up the top there. Is this like hair right around now? It's like
No, this is the hair.
Yeah, what's-
This is your face.
It's hard to distinguish between the hair and face. Anyway, I won't ask. I'm assuming they're just those little. Okay,
Yeah,
those,
that's your hair.
the little brown bits of the hair. Wow. Yeah. Okay. All right. I reckon we're going to start counting down. Yeah. We better get a move on. No more laughing, Amy. No more laughing. Just count down. Quick, keep going.
I'm just.
Are you finished?
Yeah, I'm just not having a look.
Oh,
Okay.
should have taken a picture. Alrighty, we're going to count down from 10. Are you ready? Amy, you ready to count down? Close enough?
Yeah.
Alright. 10, 9, quick, come on, get a few more on there. A bit more hair, guys. 8, if you're wondering what to put on. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and straws down. Wow. Wow. I don't know if you want to get a close up of that, but I mean, there's one face, and
I've gone abstract.
I've got to tell you, here is another one, and I don't know for you guys at home whether you want to judge with me, but I reckon there's a clear winner here. Because if Matt, if we come close on this one, you can see one winner. Carly, I think yours is definitely closest to me.
Yay!
Amy, I think yours is definitely closest to the continents.
And there's no bias.
No bias at all. No, Carly may have had a bit more time to look at my face over the years. Thank you for joining us on Game Time. Great to have you, and we'll see you next time.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story. Inspired by the book of 1 Samuel. Chapter 24.
David had been chosen by God as Israel's next king, but for a while, Saul was still king. David served King Saul and won many battles for him. The people loved David.
Oh, David, you're so fine, you blow our money, David! Hey, David!
Saul, however, was deeply jealous of David. In fact, he even tried to kill him. David escaped into the wilderness, where around 400 men came to join him. People who were in trouble or owed money.
A merry band of misfits.
But Saul still saw David as a threat. When he heard that David and his men were camped in the desert of Maon, Saul took soldiers to chase after him.
They're right behind us, David.
Quick, we'll head around the mountain.
Just as Saul and his men were closing in on David, Saul received word that the Philistines were attacking Israel.
Oh, phooey.
Saul was forced to stop the chase and deal with the Philistines. David and his men could breathe a sigh of relief.
There's a safe place near En-Gedi. Maybe Saul will finally leave us alone if we hide out there.
But as soon as Saul had dealt with the Philistines, a messenger brought news.
David is in the desert of En-Gedi.
Aha! We've got him this time. Gather 3,000 of the best soldiers from all of Israel.
But, Your Majesty, David only has 400 men.
3,000, and not one less.
Saul set out once more, determined to wipe out his rival.
I bet that pipsqueak is hiding out near the rocky cliffs of the Wild Goats.
Well, that seems oddly specific.
Yeah, he used to herd sheep.
In fact, David and his men have been staying near some sheep pens not far from the cliffs.
Saul, headed this way. He's got 3,000 soldiers.
Again? Why can't he leave us alone?
We can take him on. I'm worth 10 of his soldiers.
David could feel his anger boiling, but he took a deep breath.
No, we won't fight them now.
And we won't have a choice in about 6 minutes.
The caves! I want everyone inside! Stat!
David and his men hurried into a nearby cave that cut deep inside the cliffs.
All the way to the back!
They're here!
Outside, near the sheep pens, Saul had called a halt.
Take a break, men.
At that moment, Saul found himself in need of a royal outhouse.
I require a royal outhouse.
I believe there's a cave over there, Your Majesty.
I suppose it'll do.
Saul entered the cave. Far back in the cave, David and his men froze. Through the gloom, David could see the man who had tried to kill him and was now forcing him to live on the run.
What if he finds us?
I don't believe we're Saul's #1 priority at the moment.
He's alone. This is your chance.
God's handed your enemy over.
Don't let this chance just trickle away.
David's anger burned red hot as he crept up behind Saul, sword at the ready. But then, he forced himself to stop. Instead of attacking Saul, David sliced off a corner off the king's long royal robe. Saul left the cave with no idea that David was still inside.
Time to move out, men. This is the day we take out that whippersnapper David.
But at that moment, David emerged from the cave and cried out,
King Saul!
David?
David bowed low to the ground.
Why do you listen when men say David is trying to harm you? This day you have seen with your own eyes how the Lord handed you over to me in the cave. Some of my men begged me to kill you, but I didn't. I said, he is the Lord's anointed king.
Saul could only stare in shock as David held the piece of fabric he cut from Saul's robe.
Look at this. I cut off the corner of your robe, but I did not kill you. Yet you are hunting me down to kill me. May the Lord show that I'm not guilty of doing anything wrong. May he save me from you.
The truth cut Saul to the heart and began to weep.
Oh, you are a better person than I am. You have treated me well, but I've treated you badly. May the Lord reward you. I know for sure that you will be king. Now, promise me that you won't kill my family or wipe out my name from my family line.
David looked his enemy straight in the eye.
I promise.
Then Saul and his men returned home, and David and his band of misfits returned to their usual hiding place.
There are lots of things that can make us angry, whether it's other people's words or actions, or the result of a game you played, or maybe your dog barking at night. And it's not bad to get angry. In fact, it's a very natural thing. And there are lots of times in the Bible where we can see God getting angry at people. I think it's all just about how you deal with your anger. And in that story, we saw two different ways of dealing with our anger. For Saul, he was angry that God had plans for David to become king. So what did he do? Instead of helping David prepare to become king, he planned to kill David, which doesn't seem like a really great way to deal with your anger. And for David, he had a really good reason to be angry too. You know, Saul was after him, he was trying to kill him, and it would have been so easy for David to just want to get revenge when Saul came into that cave. But instead, he controlled his anger. And his story inspires us to control our anger too, which is actually our bottom line. We don't want our anger to make us do silly things. You know, it's too easy sometimes to just push someone or say something really hurtful. And sometimes letting our anger bubble up inside of us and just leashing it out on other people might seem like the best option. But it's also important to know that it can actually make things worse. You know, Proverbs 15 verse 18 says, "A person who is angry stirs up conflict, but a person who is patient calms things down." So what can we do with our anger? Well, it's important that we're directing our anger at a place where no one will get hurt. And like I said, it's not a bad thing to be angry. It's all about what we do with it that matters. So I'm going to give you a couple of ideas of what you can do when you're feeling angry. And I want you to try and come up with some of your own too. You'll have 1 minute to try and write some of these down or come up with your own. Let's go. You could squish some Play-Doh, pop bubble wrap, jump on a trampoline, write down something that's bothering you and then rip it up, do some drawing or do some star jumps. Great work, everyone. Hopefully we were able to come up with a couple of ways to control your anger. And you know what, maybe you're not even feeling angry right now, but next time you are, just remember that some of those things that you wrote down and give them a go. Because when you're able to control your anger, it not only makes you a happy person, but also means that you're able to treat people the way God would want you to treat them, even if you're a bit frustrated with them. Let's talk to God now. Why don't you pray with me?
Hi everyone. I'm just scribbling to calm down my angry feelings. You know, that's a good reminder though. God is always there to help us when we're angry. If we ask Him, He can help us calm down. You know, I'm enjoying this journey as we learn about self-control. So why don't you join us next week as we finish learning about what it means to have self-control. See you then.